Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we resume our drive south on Interstate 95 in New Jersey. This is the beginning of filming for Friday, August 11th, 2023, which was a beautiful day weather-wise, but a short day as we had a destination of Baltimore for the next night. We begin at around mile 38.5, which is calculated backwards from the Pennsylvania border on I-95. The mile markers that sometimes appear along the road presumably refer to mileage along the New Jersey Turnpike, which is not entirely concurrent with I-95. We're taking the New Jersey Turnpike cars-only lanes here, which are presumably less likely to have delays than the other lanes where commercial vehicles are allowed. The routing of I-95 through this part of New Jersey never quite went according to plan, and lacked continuity until 2018. The current route is shown in blue here. Plans dating back as far as 1969 called for the construction of the all-new Somerset Freeway, shown in yellow. However, by 1983, those plans were completely scrapped. So I-95 was left hanging with two signed disconnected routes, which had been routed along already existing infrastructure. Southbound traffic approached the Delaware River on the Pearl Harbor Memorial New Jersey Turnpike extension, and the I-95 designation abruptly ended right in the middle of the river as traffic crossed into Pennsylvania, becoming I-276 at that point. Northbound traffic from Pennsylvania continued along what is now I-295 over the Scudder Falls Bridge into New Jersey, and then the I-95 designation ended at a junction with US 1, becoming I-295. Why didn't the interstate take the shorter, simpler route like it does today? It was because of the lack of an interchange here. New Jersey had the perfect route, but that lack of an interchange made it not work. And that was Pennsylvania's problem to fix. So for the time being, alternate routes had to be taken to bridge the gap. Finally, flyover ramps were opened, making the connection, and on September 28, 2018, the gap was closed, and I-95 was complete from Miami, Florida to Houlton, Maine. Here we get a control city of Trenton, the capital city of New Jersey, although I-95 doesn't pass through the Trenton city limits. You may have seen a list of the 4 U.S. state capitals that aren't directly served by an interstate highway: Juneau, Alaska, Dover, Delaware, Jefferson City, Missouri, and Pierre, South Dakota. But you could add Trenton to that list as a 5th, as no interstate highways pass through the Trenton city limits. However, the city is surrounded by various interstates on all sides, including I-295, which wraps most of the way around it, and I-195, which terminates just outside the city limits. On the right is the Molly Pitcher Service Area, a name we encountered in Pennsylvania in our US 11 series. Molly Pitcher is a legendary figure often associated with the American Revolution, but there is no historical record of any single woman by that name. Instead, Molly Pitcher seems to be a symbolic or composite character representing the contributions of multiple women who took part in the war. Historians believe the name may have been attributed to a real woman, such as Mary Ludwig Hayes or Margaret Corbin, both of whom were known for assisting soldiers on the battlefield. Some also suggest that Molly Pitcher was a generic term used for women who carried water and provided aid to troops, much like G.I. Joe later became a generic term for a male American soldier. At the Millstone River, we enter East Windsor Township, with an estimated population of 29,758 as of 2023. The community, located at the intersection of several major highways, has long served as a key residential, commercial, and industrial center in central New Jersey. Its strategic position provides easy access to major metropolitan areas like New York City and Philadelphia, as well as important regional hubs such as Freehold, Princeton, and Trenton, the state capital. This connectivity has contributed to East Windsor's role as a thriving community at the crossroads of commerce and daily life in the region. We've also entered Mercer County, known as the capital county since Trenton is the county seat. The county had a population of 387,340 as of the 2020 census, having shown an increase in population at every single decennial census since the population was first counted in 1840. Mercer County holds a unique place in pop culture history as the landing site of a fictional Martian invasion. In 1938, Orson Welles broadcast his legendary radio play The War of the Worlds, depicting an alien attack on the United States. The story's imaginary Martians first landed in what is now West Windsor, specifically in the community of Grover's Mill. The broadcast, presented in the style of a breaking news report, famously caused panic among some listeners who believed it was real. Today, a commemorative monument stands in Grover's Mill Park, marking the spot where Wells' Martians first arrived in the American imagination. We enter Robbinsville Township, now in a transitional area between the New York and Philadelphia metropolitan areas. Robbinsville, inspired by its central location within New Jersey, proudly embraces the motto, "Be at the center of it all." The township has also made a name for itself in sports, with its Little League softball team reaching the World Series 4 times in just 7 years. Originally incorporated as Washington Township in honor of George Washington, the area underwent a name change in 2007. Voters approved the switch to Robbinsville to distinguish it from 5 other municipalities in New Jersey that also bore the name Washington, helping to reduce confusion and establish a unique identity for the community. As of 2023, the township had a population of 15,361. At exit 7A, we encounter our 12th auxiliary route of I-95, reaching out to the Garden State Parkway to the east near the Jersey Shore and west a short distance to I-295 near Trenton. Also note that I-295, which makes a partial loop around Trenton and extends south to just over the state line from Philadelphia, makes no direct connection to I-95 anywhere in New Jersey. Here we stopped for fuel at the Richard Stockton service area. There were two Richard Stocktons from the area. The first lived in the 18th century and was a founding father and a member of the Continental Congress. His son, also named Richard Stockton, served in the U.S. Senate and was the first U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey. We conclude today's video here before we get back on the road, about 14 miles from the Pennsylvania state line. Thanks for watching. We'd like to give special thanks to our backseat channel members, Melissa Coppinger, Maine News, Carl K., and Henry Bustel. You can also help support our channel for as little as $1 a month and get early access to our regular videos. Or it doesn't cost you anything at all to give us a thumbs up, share on social media, subscribe, leave a comment below, and join us for our next 504 road trip.